Hello, everyone. I just can't believe time passed so fast. It's been 2 years since I visited the University of Michigan here in Ann Arbor, and so today it is an honor to share my sort of strategic highlights and look back at our 700-day journey here in Ann Arbor. And then I will outline our roadmap for the future, and I also show how we are connecting clinical AI with global collaboration across our institutes. First of all, as an AI researcher, I think it's totally reasonable to make slides with the help of AI. So, over the course of this visiting scholarship, my work has been anchored by a triad of institutional immersion. First of all, I have had the privilege of working across the Vintage Warren Lab and Midas for large-scale data modeling and natural language processing. And then the Weil Institute for optimizing translational pipelines and federal grant mechanisms, and especially Dr. Kevon Najarian's Biomedical and Clinical Informatics Lab, BCIL. So this deep cross-departmental synergy is designed with a singular purpose: to seamlessly integrate AI into emergency medicine, foster global collaboration, and aggressively expand our joint research capacity. To ensure our work is built on the most robust methodologies, I dedicated significant time to acquiring a deep theoretical foundation. This involves auditing elite graduate coursework in signal processing, advanced bioinformatics, and healthcare data NLP. Beyond the classroom, I engaged in intensive hands-on accelerators such as Midas Bootcamp, knowledge-guided machine learning workshop, and generative AI framework tutorials. We also make sure our presence was felt at flagship scientific symposia, actively participating and sharing insights at forums like American Causal Inference Conference and the Human-Centered AI Symposium. This foundation allowed us to construct a robust bilateral AI corridor supported by 3 pillars. Pillar 1 focuses on research transformation by deploying end-to-end causal machine learning pipeline tailored for complex clinical data. Pillar 2 is deep integration, forging cross-departmental synergy between emergency medicine and data science. Finally, Pillar 3 is sustainability, establishing the foundation for multi-year federal funding and active academic exchanges. From a personal perspective, this journey has been a profound, mutually beneficial exchange of knowledge. I was able to deeply immerse myself in UMich incredible ecosystem. In return, I brought my clinical insight from CGMH, sharing our real-world scale, vast observational data lakes, and complex high acuity scenarios. Building this personal 2-year bridge has allowed me to drive research transformation, cultivate a cross-disciplinary network, and lay the groundwork for our long-term future solvency. However, theoretical models must survive the friction of the real world. To translate clinical constraints into algorithmic codes, I immersed myself in the emergency medicine operational environments. By continuously participating in grant rounds and observing medical decision-making protocols such as capacity crisis, we ensure our AI serves strictly as a glass box augmenter to clinician intuition mitigating automation bias, never blinding, replacing the clinician. This brings us to the technological centerpiece of our collaboration. In critical care, precision requires a new paradigm. Conventional inference relies on ATE, the average treatment effect, and linear architectures like a propensity score matching or weighting that collapse under high dimensionality. We are transitioning to state-of-the-art causal machine learning, unlocking true causal mechanism from massive observational data lakes using CATE, the conditional individual treatment effect. Our core philosophy is that domain knowledge must lock in the minimal sufficient adjustment set before any model training begins. We use directed acyclic graphs or DAG to carefully map out our data. We systematically identify the confounders we must adjust for, the mediators we study separately, and the colliders we must never condition on to prevent spurious bias. So by moving beyond simple population average, we leverage deep latent variables models like DragonNet and EDVAE. They are natively designed for complex, nonlinear big data instead of relying solely on slow and costly randomized control trials. Our causal inferences machine capture highly heterogeneous responses directly from pre-existing evidence sources. So, how do we know exactly when to trigger deep causal machine learning model? We follow a strict operational logic. If the question is causal, if the data is highly complex and nonlinear, and if the treatment effect is highly heterogeneous, simple propensity score matching or weighting falls short. This is exactly the moment we abandon simple methods and trigger DragonNet or EDVAE. To operationalize this, we engineered the gold standard causal machine learning pipeline, a definitive 5-step architecture designed to seamlessly bridge complex observational data with transparent clinical decision-making. The pipeline systematically takes raw data sources like EHR and imaging through 5 rigorous stages. Step 1 is data preprocessing with multimodal integration. Step 2 handles causal identification via our DAGs. Step 3 is Kate estimation using deep neural architectures. Step 4 runs rigorous pre-causal diagnostics. And finally, Step 5 perform causal distillation into transparent, actionable clinical policy trees. Let's look deeper into those steps. First of all, Step 1 and 2 are our bias defense mechanisms. We enforce strictly target trial emulation by ensuring the 4 pillars: consistency, ignorability, positivity, and stable unit treatment variance assumption. Most importantly, we strictly filter out post-treatment leakage prior to cross-fitting, locking in the structural integrity before the code runs. Step 3 tackles the fundamental problem of causal inference. We cannot observe potential outcomes simultaneously for the exact same individual. We construct a mathematical bridge using pseudo-outcomes. This allows us to optimize the conditional average treatment effect, again, directly using our deep latent engines like DragonNet and EDVAE. Step 4 and 5 solve the biggest hurdle to clinical adoption: interpretability. High-dimensional accuracy often lacks interpretability, so we distill the black box. We extract exact Bayesian rules directly from the complex neural model to generate actionable decision trees, accompanied by clear shape value ranking specific feature importance like age and BMI. We don't just have theoretical models, we have undeniable proof of superior performance. When we evaluate the area under the uplift curve, AUUC, deep models like EDVAE and DragonNet mathematically outperform traditional tree-based meta-learners. They don't just minimize error, they systematically identify and capture significantly more positive heterogeneous treatment effect across the population. Beyond causal machine learning, our synergies with Professor Najarian's lab are driving exciting new advancement on the dry lab frontier. Alongside our collaborators, we are building pipelines for visual language model integrated with clinical data streams, reinforcement learning for sequential dynamic treatment regimes, and fuzzy logic data assimilation for high-dimensional medical security. This deep cross-disciplinary network is already translating into tangible academic yield. We've published one invited review article in Biomedical Journal and several invited articles. Furthermore, we have laid active co-authorship foundation with Professor Najarian's doctoral students, merging UMich algorithmic capability directly with CGMH research energy. Looking ahead, we must fuel this bilateral engine with capital and infrastructure. On the capital side, our joint NIH-R1 submission is the cornerstone proposal to globally deploy our causal machine framework, guarantee multi-year academic backing. On the infrastructure side, we are establishing formalized data and model sharing agreements to navigate cross-border compliance smoothly. This funding and data infrastructure lays the groundwork for the future at these 2026 to 2028 strategic collaboration corridor. Following our R1 submission and pilot deployment in summer 2026, we will expand the network by onboarding a scholar from Kaohsiung Medical University in 2026 to 2027, maintaining strong momentum in our personal exchange. The most significant milestone of this reciprocal academic corridor arrives in fall 2027. Dr. Cindy Su from UMich Emergency Medicine will arrive at CGMH for her prestigious Fulbright Scholarship, formally cementing the two-way academic bridge we have spent the last years building. At its core, this partnership represents profound professional and personal integration. My family's roots in the Michigan community have deepened significantly, highlighted by my son officially is going to begin his high school education here locally this fall. We are fully invested in this community. This slide just captures a journey built on balance, teamwork, and community. On one hand, it celebrates academic milestones and collaboration at the University of Michigan. On the other, it highlights deep roots in local youth sports, races, and family network. It's a snapshot of true success achieved together both on and off campus. With that, I want to express my deepest gratitude to Global Reach, Drs. Kevin Ward, Kevin Najarian, Amy Huang, Kevin Zhuang, and UMich leadership for this incredible opportunity. We look forward to being highly productive component of the UMich community for the decades to come. Thank you.